Hi, this is Christina again, and I'm speaking on Releasing for a Better Life. Let me briefly describe the program again in case you have never tuned in before. There's a lot of other videos about how to perform this or how to do it, and it's evolving over time. So please, feel free to look at some of those old videos or contact me if you want more information about this. So let me describe this program. And I cannot stress how great this program is enough. It is really something, I developed it on my own, out of my own need, but I've had such tremendous success that this is why I'm sharing this with you. So the program basically is you take all the issues in your life, and at different times those can be different things. It can be good issues or bad issues. Sometimes it's a mixture of both. Whatever you're going through, you kind of you think of them all and go into a quiet meditative state for whatever time you need, and you imagine putting all these issues, the good, the bad, into this bubble. And as you do this, the issue may, or the problem, or whatever you're working towards will grow in what you need. You'll see it kind of go in there, or it'll decrease. You'll discover its actual importance. So you put them in the bubble, and I put them in a bubble thinking of them attaching to a bird. And this is, I know some people might be like, oh, that's cool. But I imagine these birds taking these problems, these issues, these good things or these bad things, and then sending them to God. The birds fly up to God, and the God can be whatever you need it to be. For me, it's God because that's how I was raised, so it's a comfortable term for me. Other people may use the universe, they may use energy, whatever they feel like they need to do, they release it to that. For me, it's a God, and I release it to God. God then takes these problems, some of them he'll take away, or she, and others will fix and get back to the birds, or otherwise they'll send solutions, and those birds then come back to me, and I usually like to hold them and take the energy with me. Sometimes I imagine that they land, like if I'm in a very quiet mood, I'll imagine them actually coming back, like onto my back, and kind of flowing the energy over me. And then I just wait for the messages to come, which come in various forms. I've talked about that before. Also, I use my guardian angels, which I truly believe in. I've watched some of Abraham Hicks, and I know she puts them as power source or energy source, and you can look at it any way you want. I like to view them as angels because I like to think that something's standing there over me, loving me and listening to me and being there for me. And it's a good place to really put down what your goals are, your intentions are. So, that being said, and then you listen for the messages, and they will come. As long as you're open, they will come. And it's very varied how people get them. I had a friend who said she sees them mostly in articles or things that she reads. I often, if I will see repetitive numbers, and I'll know that I'm on the right track. Or I will see, sometimes if I see the same number over and over again, I might look up what that number might mean. Other times I'll just feel an intuition to go into a store, and there will be something that's kind of answering what I'm looking for. I had mentioned in an earlier video, when I was working on intention that week, I was trying to get a clear picture of what intention is, and I was drawn into a random store that I wouldn't normally have gone into, and there was a book on intention sitting there that was a great book to find and read. So anyway, it could come in lots of different forms. Sometimes it's just what people say to you, or sometimes, it'll be a video that pops up. It's strange, but if you are open to those and you're open to receiving messages, you'll be shocked at how they come. You'll be like, wow, this really does come. And so that being said, I may talk about what I want to discuss this week, and that is your subconscious and how you recognize and help get rid of some of the subconscious sabotage. Now, we all know about this subconscious. It's all over everywhere. Social media loves it, and that's what's been ingrained into the deep part of your mind. What is living there telling you you're not going to be a success, or you're not going to be beautiful, you're not going to be thin, you're not going to meet the person of your dreams, you're not going to you're not worthy of a great job or a great education. We all are stuck with these self-sabotaging things from our subconscious. And the hardest part is to recognize when it is your subconscious. And so like often when I'm trying to create or do something, I will notice these doubts, these questions in my head, or these sabotaging words come up. They will come up in, like, for instance, I was trying to create we were working on getting raises at work, which we hadn't gotten. And so I was focusing on how to create my own raise at work. And all these voices or these thoughts came through my mind, like, why would you want more money? You already make a good income, and why do you think you deserve this? And do you really work hard enough? And are you really deserving of this? All these like things, and I start believing these thoughts that come through my head. And then one moment I just stopped and I said, oh my gosh, this is my subconscious. This is my subconscious doing this. When I'm trying to create and build on something, and I have something in my subconscious ingrained that says, no, you don't deserve that. It creeps up that way. It creeps up in these thoughts. And then I know, so much so that, like, even when I would go out, when I was doing this, I would meet people who would say, oh my gosh, you guys are trying to get raises. We heard all about that. It's all in the news. And we don't support you because you guys make so much money, and only negative people. So I noticed this trend. So I started to release those thoughts as soon as they came. I recognized them as a sabotage for my subconscious, and I instantly released them. And I know that seems kind of strange, but instead of letting them overcome me and even, bring me into an anxiety or depression, I instantly recognized the thoughts when they came, and I released them right away. I would instantly put them into a bubble. I put them onto birds, and I said, I'm so sorry, birds, to burden you with all this, but I need to let go of this. This is my subconscious doing this to me, and I need to release them. And I just kept releasing and releasing all these negative thoughts as they came. And every time I would push forward with another positive thought, a negative thought would come up. I would release that again, and I released it again, and I released it again. And I even went so far as to go into a kind of quiet space and tell my subconscious, you know what, it's okay. You don't have to keep giving this to me. You are part of me, and my success is your success, and we can reprogram, no problem. And I started to reprogram my subconscious right then and there. I didn't even give it a chance. So every time these thoughts came through, I released. And then if they got too much of a burden, I actually went and talked to my subconscious and said, you need to let this go. It's time. We're done. I don't need to go through reprogramming. I am in control of my own mind. This is my mind. This is not, my husband's mind. This is my mind. And so I released those instantly. And within, I would say, just a few days of really practicing this and really putting forward this instant release, and letting these go and taking control of my subconscious and telling my subconscious I was in control. The subconscious is not in control, and we're going to reprogram now. I instantly saw a shift. I mean, people that I started talking to were all very supportive. I started to have a lot of people at work, we're all going through the same thing, come up and say, speak really positively about the event and what we deserve, and say, you deserve this, I deserve this, and the positive sides of what we were doing started to come out, and it was great. And I suddenly had no more stress. And as the negotiations continued, and the company was working towards trying to not have it, I kept at it stronger, letting those things go. And even when people if the negative would creep in, I would let theirs go too. And you know what? We got our raises. We got our insurance, we got the entire thing. And besides maybe a week of kind of stressing out, the rest of it, I remained so calm and happy and excited, knowing we were going to get it. Not even a question. And we actually got better than I had expected. We got more than I had anticipated, or anybody. So it does work. And I would say anytime you feel that subconscious starting to take over, it's up to you to start recognizing it, for one, and then letting it go. That's what's great about this program. You can use it for any of this stuff, including letting go of these things you don't need, like your subconscious telling you don't deserve things when you do. The other thing, I want to point out, when you're dealing with your subconscious, it'll often try and make you think you don't deserve things, or that you have to justify why you get them. And if you find yourself having to justify ever why you want things, or why you want a better life, or why you want a great spouse, or why you want a better job, or why you want to raise anything, anytime you feel like you have to justify that you're not just enough on your own, then you know that your subconscious, you recognize it and you let it go. Don't give it the credit it doesn't deserve. It doesn't deserve time is saying, but I do deserve it. I've worked really hard. The other day I was talking to this man, and he said, why? I said, I would love to eventually find a way to not have to work away. I've done 30 years of this working this hard job, and I'm ready to do something else that's satisfying. And he said, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? You have a great job, and a lot of people don't have great jobs like you, so why do you think you deserve it? And I said, I don't think I have to justify that. I've put in a lot of years and a lot of time, and if I feel it, that I'm ready for that, then that's enough. I don't have to justify it to you, and that's what I told him. I don't have to justify. I deserve it just because I am who I am, just because I have the feeling. So anyway, and feel free to use that anytime you want. So I hope this helps. If you need anything else, like I said, please contact me. I would love to help you with this. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I hope you guys have a great week. Thank you.